Good morning, everyone. We are the Group 6 reporter with social literacy. The members are Jenna May F. Tarja, Cordero Shela, and Magallanes Crystalline. So, let me read to you first our learning outcomes. Define social literacy, discuss social skills, their impact and strategies for improvement, describe an emotionally intelligent person, present ways to enhancing people's skills, identify ways on how to integrate social literacy in lesson, draw relevant life lesson and significant values from form personal experience on practicing social literacy, analyze research abstract, on social literacy and its implications to the teaching-learning process, and design an instructional material that can be used in integrating social literacy in a related discipline. Social literacy entails development of social knowledge and positive human values and ability in human beings to act and react positively and responsibly in wide range complex of social settings. It can be required through social process of inquiry, values exploration, and social decision making that relate to the acquisition of knowledge and understanding by author Davison and Stott 2000. So, social literacy from the word social, how we can interact with each other people, kung paano tayo maging socialize in their different cultures, different beliefs, and different environment. In school, social literacy can be demonstrated by teachers in dealing with their superiors, colleagues, parents, students, and others, while for students, by way of interaction with the surroundings around them, their peers, the media and political influencers, technology agents, religious groups, school staff, family and members, etc. So, in school, we can socialize by our teachers and superiors of our schools and principals, especially with our peers, on how we can socialize and know our differences with each other. Social skills are aspects of social literacy. As such, they are an integral part of functioning society. It involves good manners, communicating effectively and with others, being considerate of others' feelings and expressing personal needs. In fact, children gain school skills through playing, while adults obtain it by interrelating with others, both verbally or spoken language and non-verbally, or gestures, body language, facial expression, eye contact, and appearance. So social skills also important in school because they gaining ideas, information, techniques, and perspectives from people with different areas of expertise, providing their own perspectives for the benefit of others, accomplishing tasks and working together towards shared goals. Fourth, providing mutual support for difficult situations, expanding network to learn about and pursue new opportunities, gaining feedback and referrals from people who can personally attest to work and skills and qualities, making the school truly a healthy and conducive learning environment. So, there are types of social skills. First is effective communication. It is the ability to communicate effectively and share thoughts and ideas with students through group conversations, discussions, etc. So, effective communication is how we can communicate effectively, not just in our school, but in our social and this social environment. We have to communicate. Malalaman natin kung maging effective tayo through like sa school na talumpati kung paano natin or tayo yung maging MC sa isang program na nangyayari sa school, kung paano tayo maging effective communicator sa kanila, paano natin maipapahayag yung gusto nating malaman o i-share sa kanila based on our experience. So, active listening, it is the ability to pay close attention to a students in times of counseling, introspection, and consultation. So, this one is not speaking, just listening. Vent out our thoughts about our students or our peers. Vent out inside, just having eye contact and reactions. So, fourth, empathy. It is the ability to understand and identify the feelings of students in time of difficulty and trouble. Dito natin malalaman kung yung students natin is may problema, kung paano natin sila matutulungan. Fifth is relationship management. It is the ability to maintain relationships and build key connection with school stakeholders for the students' development. So, relationship management is how we can how we build the relationship in our students or our peers, and how we connect with them or experience based on our experience to our real life situations. So, 6, respect. It can be done by knowing when to initiate communication and respond during interactions or even in times of heated arguments and confrontations. So, we have to listen both sides. If there's an problem occurs, we have to respect both sides of our students in case of arguments or fights, on how we can be equal to them. Improving social skills can be improved by focusing on maintaining eye contact, using proper body language, knowing the difference between being assertive and being aggressive, selecting effective communication channels, being flexible, accepting criticism without being defensive, remaining positive at all times, being teachable and good students in most instances. Other ways that may help are behave as a social person, smart, start small, and if necessary, open-ended questions, encourage to talk about themselves, create goals for yourself, offer compliment generously, read books, practice good manners, pay attention, join support group, stay up to date, identify and replace negative thoughts. So, Impact of social skills are better relationships, better communication, greater efficiency, advanced career prospects, increased overall happiness. Next is emotional intelligence can bring about maintaining a healthy and purposeful relationship with others that may depict a social literate person by goals.
Good morning, leaders. I am Janami Daria. I am the second reporter of Group 6, and I will be tackling about the continuation of social literacy and the topic of which is the strategies of enhancing emotional intelligence. Goldman 1995 laid down ways of enhancing emotional intelligence in the light of understanding and managing emotions that teachers need to know and understand. Sa itatakal ko ngayon is that this will help the teachers what they need to know and understand. First is think about feelings. About think about feelings, this means is a person has to be sensitive to one's and other feelings to come up with the right manner of approach to appropriate response. Like for example, a teacher has to be aware of his her students, anong dapat maging aware ang teacher, students background or even ang situation that may trigger mga negative emotions sa loob ng classroom. In that case, he or she would know the right approach when dealing with sensitive issues in the class. Next is number 2, pause. This is about taking a moment to stop and think before doing anything to refrain from restoring to an unsound decision at the height of anger. Like for example, kapag galit yung isang teacher, nasa highest emotion siya ng kanyang anger, dapat mag-stop muna siya for a while. Pag kumalma na, tsaka na siya dapat mag-decide kung ano ang magandang maging parusa para sa isang estudyante. Thirdly, strive to control one's thoughts. This is controlling the reaction to emotion by focusing on one's thoughts in harmony with goals and values. For example, instead of overacting to a certain incident or a situation in class, try to control a negative thought to see for this time naman, let's try to see let's try to find beauty in all things despite of not so good circumstances that may happen. Hindi naman, kasi naman, may mga times talaga sa loob ng classroom na hindi maganda ang mga circumstances na nangyayari. But still, let's have a positive thoughts na let's try to find beauty in all things despite of not so good circumstances. Fourth is benefit from criticism. Ito naman is we as a teacher, we need to still be humble and we need to be to be corrected. We need to be teachable. Limbawa may isang may superior ka na nagsabi ng mga negative thoughts about you, I mean which is hindi mo siya i-take it personally but i-take mo siya as a challenge para ma-improve yung self mo sa mga negative na narinig mo sa kanya. We should be humble as a teacher. And fifth is show authenticity. What do we mean by this? Show authenticity. This is saying that we meant what we say and what we stick on to our values and principle. Dapat mag-stick tayo sa values natin sa ating mga principles. And then, number 6 is demonstrate empathy. What about this? Demonstrate empathy, it means whenever we show empathy to others, such as understanding their thoughts and feelings, we can easily establish a connection with them. As a teacher, we should reach out to students who are in their worst situation and try to understand them and feel as if we were in the same boat. So, tayo, nakaranas naman tayo ng pagiging estudyante, di ba? We know how hard it is ng pagiging estudyante. May mga times talaga na dumarating sa mga estudyante ang mga worst situations. We as a teacher, we need to be empathizer para sa mga bata, para mas maintindihan natin yung kanilang mga nararamdaman. At ipa-feel din natin sa kanila na like before, naging estudyante din tayo. But still we need to encourage them to never give up sa mga kanilang situations na kung saan nahihirapan sila. And then 7th is praise others. This is by way of acknowledging and appreciating others toward attaining a self-fulfillment and building trust. For example, teachers should give acknowledgement and praise to students for their deeds that are worth commending. So, kailangan talaga natin i-appreciate ang ating mga estudyante. Kailangan din nila na marinig sa atin na na-appreciate natin sila. So, gusto din nila na marinig sa ating mga bibig na they are appreciated para mas the more sila na magpursige sa kanilang pag-aaral. And then 8 is give helpful feedback. Give helpful feedback. Although negative feedback may hurt one's feelings, at some point it can be turned constructive for one's improvement. For example, when we receive negative feedback from our superior, we have to take it as a challenge toward becoming a better and stronger person. Yun ang sinabi ko kanina. No? Na maging teachable tayo sa mga naririnig natin na about sa superior, about sa sinabi ng mga negative thoughts ng superior natin. And then, 9 is apologize. Saying sorry demonstrate humility, a quality that will naturally win others as we value our relationship more than the ego. So, hindi porket teacher ka, parang maging mapagmataas ka na I don't need to say sorry. No. If ikaw alam mong mali sa sarili mo na nagkamali ka, you need to be humble at hindi kawalan sa'yo ang pag-say sorry sa iyong mga colleagues o sa iyong estudyante lalo na. Because you are more valuing the relationship more than the ego. And then, 10 is forgive and forget. Ito medyo para sa akin, parang napakahirap siya is because, yes, you can forgive that person, but forgetting is very hard. Forgiving is okay, ma-forgive mo siya, but forgetting is very hard. It takes time para ma-forget mo yung nangyari or yung ginawa sa'yo. But yes, you can still forgive, but in a long process, you will also forget. And then, 11 is keep our commitment. Means here, for example, when we are given tasks in the school, make sure that we commit ourselves. our time and effort into it. Remember, opportunities may only comes once. Therefore, grab every opportunity that may comes along our way. For it never become again. Yun na nga. Sa ating pagiging estudyante, let's just do our best ngayon. Our future teacher na pa lang tayo. Let's just give our best for our studies. And then, let's commit ourselves talaga sa ating studies. And then, 12 is help others. One way to positively win others is through helping them, because listening to and helping them can build trust and inspire them to follow. Halimbawa, in every school sa activity, we have to find way to help others accomplish their task successfully. In return, they will be grateful to us. Yun na, So, helping others talaga is very important. 13 is protect ourselves from emotional sabotage. What do we mean by this? For example, when we feel that someone has been excessively or wrongly controlling our actions, feelings, and decisions in school, stop it in any right but subtle and courteous way possible. Kung meron man, meron mang mga ma-feel tayo na may isang mga ginagawang masama sa atin, or nag-control na action natin and feelings and decisions sa school, we should also approach them in a nice way na hindi talaga maganda yung kanilang ginagawa. And then, next is recommended tools in enhancing emotional intelligence. Ito naman yung mga recommended tools in enhancing emotional intelligence. At ano naman ito? First is, I'll just read this. Emotional intelligence can be enhanced in school with the help of the following tools and strategies. First is emotional literacy workshop. Itong emotional literacy workshop, this will help teachers to communicate with students, recognize and manage emotions, and increase self-awareness. Secondly, emotional literacy museum. It is a self-directed learning experience that teaches about the physiology of emotions, emotional regulation, and even emotional literacy. So, kapag may napupunta sa isang museum, na-experience ng mga bata ang klase ng ng mga experiences dito, hands-on talaga, which is nakikita nila yung mga history, mga ganyan. And then 3 is mixed emotions cards. It is a beautiful deck of tarot-like cards or feeling labeled with the feeling and synonyms. So, number 4 is emotion card. It is an evocative, playful moon face illustration of emotion open-ended without labels. And then 5 is biodots. It is a simple reminder that emotions are part of your physiology. Yun. So, yung dito sa biodots naman, simple remind sa mga estudyante mo yung emotion ay part ng iyong physiology. And then, number 6 is bingo emotions. Ito naman, bingo emotion, it is typically a classic bingo game played with emotions. So, mag-play ng bingo, dapat with emotion. And then, number 7 is feeling faces. These are photos or real people and data about how survey respondents evaluate each picture. 8 is 6-second emotional. So, may 6 seconds dito na dapat may emotional. Sa paggawa nito is 6-second emotional intelligence assessment. It provides feedback about the way one uses EQ and how to improve in this area. Meron yan siyang, number 9 is the zoo. Animal workshop. It is an activity that intend to imitate an animal behavior and gesture that ends with reflection and group sharing. So, yung zoo animal The zoo animal, kulang lang. The zoo animal workshop ito. It is an activity that intends to imitate animal behavior. So, and number 10 is face workshop. It is an activity in which partners face each other while showing different facial expression and qualities that ends with reflections. Number 11, the machine transformer. Participants in groups have to transform into an assigned machine or vehicle, of which each member shall comprise different parts deemed essentials and equally important that usually ends up with interaction and reflection. And then number 12 is tower building. Group will be tasked to build a tower using popstick and straws. The goal is to make the tallest and strongest tower of all. This will end up with interactions, sharing, open forum, and patching emotion barriers. Maalala ko ito yung like for example, just sa PBB PBB house Gen 11. Yung may mga times talaga na naga-build talaga sila ng tower, and then while building the tower, may mga emotions may mga pwede sila mag-open forum sa kanilang habang gumagawa, yun. And 13 is build me a house. The participants in group will be tasked to build a house using any available material around them. The goal is to make the strongest house. Then the facilitator will suddenly destroy the house made by the group and observe the members' emotion and reaction and let them express their feelings and thoughts. At the end, each one will draw realization, lessons, and values per reflection. So, yun na. Pagtapos ng paggawa ng house, yung facilitator sisirain. So, titignan niya yung mga reactions. So, may mga emotions na yung iba siguro iiyak, ganyan. Makikita talaga yung emotions ng mga bata dito sa ganitong klaseng activity. Next is build me a house. After that is number 14 is internalization activity. Internationalization activity. Internalization activity. This is the activity that helps participants to reflect on the narration of the facilitator with the background music in a dim and candle-lighted room. Everyone can express his or her emotion and feelings of resentment, remorse, agony, disappointment, and sadness. Ito yung internalization activity. This activity nangyayari during open forums, yung mga team buildings, kasi may mga candlelight, so na ilalabas nila yung kanilang emotions. Kung meron within the group na hindi nila nagustuhan ang ginawa, they can approach it at pwede nilang makausap yon in a short span of time. And then, number 15 is mirroring and unmasking activity. Each participant shall prepare a piece of paper and put it as his her back. In a circular formation, everyone has to write that person's negative attitude on that paper. Everyone will be given time to see those feedback and reflect on them, while they are also given a chance to express themselves. This negative feedback will be called mask to be torn off and burned at the end of the activity, and they will be led to a prayer for self-renewal and rejuvenation. So, dito naman, nilalagay ng paper sa likod, tapos ilalagay kung ano yung mga negative things na nakita ng friend mo sa'yo. So, ilalagay doon, halimbawa is, minsan, tamad, ganyan. So, lahat ng mga negative thoughts na nandoon sa paper mo, at the end of the activity, ika-crumpled mo yun siya at itatapon sa fire. So, ito, meron din ito, ganito din yung minsan nangyayari sa mga campings, yun na nga din, team buildings din, para the more nila makilala yung kanilang self at improve pa nila yung kanilang self. And then is next topic is 10 characteristic of an emotionally intelligent person. So these are the 10 characteristics of the emotionally intelligent person. First is the following are the indicators and manifestations of an emotionally intelligent person that have to be considered and demonstrated in school. First is empathy. Empathy is the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing from within the frame of reference. So, secondly is self-awareness. It is the art of understanding oneself, recognizing the stimuli that she faces, and preparing how to manage himself, both in a proactive and reactive manner. So, thirdly, third characteristic of an emotional intelligent person needs to be curious or curiosity. This one's willingness to learn and improve. When one is curious, he or she is passionate and therefore he or she is driven to desire to be at his or best. So, nag-strive talaga niya sa kanyang best. So, fourth is analytical mind. It pertains to being critical thinker that analyzes and processes all new information that comes his or her way and see if they can extract way to improve. Fifth is belief. It is the power of believing in oneself both at present and the future. It is a matter of affirming that people and things in one's life happen for a reason, that everything will ultimately turn out to be good. Six is needs and wants. It is something to discern between things that one needs versus things that he just wants and establish needs prior to fulfilling wants. So, sa taong to, excuse, mas alam niya yung needs niya kaysa at gusto dapat unahin niya yung needs niya kaysa sa wants niya. And then, 7 is passion. It is the natural desire, instinct, drive, ambition, and motivate love for a subject or someone. So, and 8 is the person needs to be optimistic. It is about maintaining a positive attitude that may increase one's opportunities, improve relationship, and think clearly and constructively. 9 is adaptability. Desire to help others succeed. Number 9 is adaptability. So, adaptability means it is an important recognition and the ability to remake decision in one's best interest. It is also determining when continue is her course or when he is time for a change. Number 10 is desire to help others succeed. It is becoming interested and appreciative of a success and achievement of others. So, masaya din siya sa achievement ng iba. And then, next topic is people skill. Like emotional intelligence and social skills, people skill have been widely used in demonstrating social literacy at home, in school, or anywhere at the person may be. So, ibig sabihin ng social skill, people skills, according to Wikipedia, people skills are pattern of behavior and behavioral interactions. For Thompson, people skills are patterns and behaviors and behavior interaction. People skills are tools used to communicate and interact effectively with others. So, it is a tools to use to communicate, interact effectively with others. People skills can also be defined in these three sets of abilities. First is personal effectiveness, or about how one comes across with others. Secondly, interaction ability, or how well one predicts and decodes behavior. And number 3 is intercede easily or ability to lead, influence, and build bridges between people. People skills are ability to accept, appreciate, and admire others or on a personal or professional level. In general, Portland Business Journal describes people skills as first, ability to effectively communicate, understand, and empathize. Secondly, ability to interact with others respectfully and develop productive working relationship to minimize conflict and maximize rapport. 3. Ability to build sincerity and trust, moderate behaviors, less impulsive, and enhance agreeableness. In general, people skills are an essential part of work. It is part of also the part of life and even social success. When one has a strong people skills, he is able to first pitch himself. Secondly, overcome social anxiety. Ma-overcome nyo yung kanyang social anxiety. And then 3, communicate ideas. And 4th is influence others positively. Thank you for listening and God bless.
Our next reporter. So next we have strategies in obtaining good people skills. McCurry in 2019 presents the following strategies in maintaining good people skills which are essential in a meaningful, joyful, and pursuit-driven life that teachers also need to know. So according kay McCurry in 2019, a good communication skills, strong people skills in the communication area include the ability to take the information, clarify communications, and participate in effective verbal and written exchanges. Sa madaling salita, may kakayahan kang maunawaan, linawin ang mga mensahe even if it's from verbal or in written. For example, sa trabaho, pwede kang magamit og email para sa iyong proyekto para mas maintindihan ng mga kasamahan mo kung ano yung proyekto na gagawin niyo. Conflict resolution skills, having the ability to mediate disputes and resolve conflict among others, is an important personal professional skill. Conflict resolution involves the ability to clarify a specific dispute, listen to perspective in a non-judgmental manner, and offer suggestions for actions. Example, sa isang grupo na dalawa ka member nga nag-alitan sila because lang sa tunga nga activity. So, para mabalaan o marisolba ang ilang giawayan, gistorya nimo sila dalawa in separate way, and then para masolve ang ilang alitan o hatagan og solusyon o para dili na mud ako ang ilang alitan. So gistorya nimo sila isa-isa in a non-judgment manner o yun, and then nag-suggest ka na dayon sa action na dapat buhaton para dili na sila mag-argue pa. Number 3, the value of patience. Patience is an exceptional people skill that is valuable in every profession. It involves being able to maintain an even temper, repeat and explain information as necessary, and control anger even in the most trying situation. For example, as a teacher, dapat taas ta og pasensya kay dili gyud maiwasan nga naa jud mga estudyante nga balik-balik mo sige pangutana like 1/4 ma so dapat sa kana nga sitwasyon dapat taas sila imong pasensya, dapat dili nimo ipalabaw imuhang angerness
dapat maging kalma gyapon sa kanang situation. Because as a teacher, dapat pasensyoso gid kita. So, now let's proceed to 10 essential people skills to succeed. So, number one, we have being a social assertive. Social assertiveness is essential for conserving social energy in the right ways. People with high social assertiveness have more focused social energy and more clarity in their interactions. For example, leader. Dapat kung leader ka, magaling ka makipag-socialize sa kapwa mo. Bilang leader, dapat magaling ka magbigay ng ideya, opinion sa mga taong nasasakupan mo. Bilang leader, dapat yung energy mo is effective dahil lalo na kapag nagbibigay ka ng mga mensahe sa kanila. Number 2, crafting a memorable presence. People with a great presence take it easy in making connections and are extremely good at rapport building. Those with a strong presence can attract others, are well remembered, and well likable. Example nito is isang tagapagsalita na nagbibigay ng inspirational na talumpati. Hindi niya lamang nakuhaan ng atensyon ng lahat, kundi nabigyan niya pa ito ng malakas na koneksyon. At dahil doon, mas lumakas ang kanyang presensya sa mga audience and nais pa siyang kausapin ng mga tao nakikinig sa kanya. Number 3, mastering communication. This is knowing how to present oneself and in turns get one's message across. So from the word mastering communication, dapat alam mo kung paano ipresenta ang iyong sarili. Dapat magaling ka magbigay ng mensahe. Example nito is yung job interview. Bilang isang applicant, kailangan malinaw at maayos yung application natin at yung karanasan natin at dapat yung tono ng boses natin is hindi tonong natatakot tayo o naninervyos at nang sa ganun nang ma-deliver natin ng maganda at maayos yung sagot natin. Number 4, sustaining lasting confidence. People who can sustain lasting confidence are able to conquer their shyness, avoid awkwardness, and get through their anxiety or overcome any nervous tendencies. Example nito is yung nagpe-present ka ng report sa harap ng mga estudyante mo. Nung una, naninervyos ka pa dahil nga first time mo mag-present ng report ng mga estudyante mo. And then kalaunan is na-control mo na yung nervous mo at napansin ng mga estudyante mo na na-delivered mo ng maayos yung report mo hanggang end, even na kahit nung sa una pa lang is nakita na nila na na-atake ka na ng nervous but still naging succeed yung pagpe-present mo ng report mo sa harap nila. Number 5, being an excellent conversationalist. This is the essential in communication and interacting with others. Excellent conversationalists are people whom others may be fond of listening to. The discussing with most interaction happens in their levels. Number 1, the first 5 minutes. This is the first impression and the time to decide if someone is worth getting to know. Second, the first 5 hours. This is the moving past first impression into rapport building. And third, the first 5 days. This is the final and the ultimate level of trust and connection. Those conversation is the key to moving up these 3 levels. Sa madaling salita, having a good connection and trust on the first impression hanggang sa mas malalim na ang makabuluhang pag-uusap ang susi. Next, number 6, being highly likable. Likability is an important phase of trust way through being authentic and genuine with their true self. Ito yung mga tao na may respeto, approachable, totoo kung magsalita, at mabilis lapitan. Number 7, being exceptional at decoding emotions. People who are good at reading people are exceptionally strong at knowing how others think and feel. Sila tong mga tao na magaling umunawa ng damdamin ng iba. Sila din tong mga tao na magaling bumasa ng ugali at tinaramdam ng iba. Sila din yung tao na nauunawaan kung ano yung dinadamdam ng iba at kung ano yung iniisip ng iba. Number 8, pitching ideas. Pitching is a very important people skills because it happens all the time when one is asked for her or her opinion and introducing himself or herself. So, it means ito yung nagbibigay ka ng ideya at opinion mo sa tao at pagpapakilala mo sa isang tao. Number 9, being charismatic. Charisma is the perfect blend of two essential people skills, traits such as warmth and competence. Example dito is yung team meeting. Nagbigay ka ng idea sa team mo and then while nagbigay ka ng ideas sa team mo is nakita nila yung sincerity mo and then hinahayaan mo sila na bigyan ka ng opinion nila and then yun, na-convince mo yung ka-team mo na tulungan ka para maging successful yung plano nyo. Number 10, being an influential leader. Leaders in both professional, social, and professional life are able to gain a camaraderie. Being an influencer leader, kailangan makakayahan ka magbigay ng inspirasyon at gabay sa iba upang makamit mo ang isang layunin. Ngayon, dumako naman tayo sa integrating social emotional literacy into the curriculum. Integrating social emotional literacy into the curriculum involves educating a social, emotional, and moral inventory of students' learning experience. This includes exploring aspects such as persons' emotional life, ethical dilemmas, compassion, societal challenges, ethical knowledge used across group interaction, and pro-social concepts. By incorporating social literacy content into the curriculum, the teacher provides opportunities for students to enhance their social emotional skills and understands the importance of these skills in their daily lives. This approach helps students develop a more thoughtful and caring approach to educational decision-making, interest, and relationship. So, ibig sabihin ng teksto ay ang pag-integrate o pagsasama ng mga kasanayan sa social-emotional na literacy sa curriculum ng mga paaralan. Layunin nito ang tulungan ang mga mag-aaral na paunlarin ang kanilang kakayahan sa pag-unawa at pagmamahal ng kanilang emosyon, pagpapasya relasyon sa ibang tao. Kasama sa prosesong ito ang pagsuri ng mga karanasan ng mga mag-aaral sa aspekto ng emosyon, ethical, malasakit at hamon sa lipunan, at pakikisalamuha sa iba. Sa pamamagitan ng pagtutok sa mga aspektong ito, ibinibigay ng mga mag-aaral ang pagkakataon na mas maging sensitibo, mapanuri at responsable sa kanilang mga desisyon at pakikisalamuha sa iba na magiging mahalaga sa kanilang buhay at edukasyon. Dumako naman tayo sa student social literacy and their daily journal. So, according kay Azara Sakadi and Bakhtiar 2019, ang pag-aaral ng social literacy ng mga mag-aaral sa ika-4 na baitang sa isang paaralan sa Indonesia ay tinutukoy ng pag-aaral kung paano makakatulong ang kanilang mga pang-araw-araw na journal upang masuri ang kanilang mga kasanayan sa intellectual, social, at cooperating aspekto. Pinapakita sa resulta na ang intelektuwal na kasanayan 34.1% ay pangunahing maunlad dahil sa mamaraang constructivist teaching kung saan ang mga mag-aaral ay aktibong nakikibahagi sa pagkatuto. Ang social at kooperatibong kasanayan 12.6% at 11.7% ay nabuo sa pamamagitan ng grupong learning o pagkatuto ng mga magkakasama, samantalang ang social sa saloobin at pagpapahalaga 38.5% ay kitang-kita sa mga interaksyon ng mga mag-aaral na magpapakita ng kanilang kaalaman at kasanayan sa pakikisalamuha at pag-unawa sa lipunan. Dumako naman tayo sa synthesis and learning reflection social literacy. So, social literacy is a development of social skills and knowledge and positive value that engender the desire and ability in human beings to act positively and responsibly in a wide range of complex social settings. Social skills are an integral part of functioning in society, and they involve good manners, communicating effectively without others, being considerate of others' feelings, and expressing personal needs. Ibig sabihin ng social literacy ay tumutukoy sa pang-udlad ng mga kasanayan at kaalaman sa pakikisalamuha sa iba, pati na rin sa mga positibong pagpapalakas sa kakayahan ng isang taong kumilos ng positibo at responsable sa iba't ibang sitwasyon sa lipunan. Kasama na sa mga kasanayan sa lipunan ang pagiging magalang, mahusay na pakikipag-communicate, pagiging sensitibo sa damdamin ng iba, at pagiging handang ibahayag ang mga personal na pangangailangan. Ang mga ito ay mahalaga upang matagumpayan ang pakikisalamuha sa iba at maging epektibo bahagi ng lipunan. Emotional intelligence, or IQ, is the ability to recognize and understand and manage one's emotions and influence the emotions of others, manifested through different characteristics. Ito ay tumutukoy sa emosyon ng tao, kung paano niya kontrolin ang kanyang emosyon. Kasama rito ang kakayahan na maapektuhan ang emosyon ng iba sa isang positibong paraan. Pinapakita ito sa pamamagitan ng iba't ibang karakteristik katulad ng empathy, self-awareness, self-regulation, at social skills. Next, people skills are pattern of behavior and behavioral interaction and how they are perceived irrespective of their thinking and feelings. They are tools to communicate and interact effectively with others. Ito ay tumutukoy sa pag-uugali at pakikipag-ugnayan sa iba't iba, kung paano ito tinatanggap o nakikita ng ibang tao. Anuman ang kanilang mga iniisip o nararamdaman, ang mga kasanayang ito ay ang tools o kasangkapan na tumutulong upang makipag-communicate at makipag-ugnayan ng maayos at epektibo sa iba. Integrating social literacy into curriculum would be contribute to the holistic development of learners. So, ibig sabihin ng pahayag, social literacy curriculum ay nakakatulong sa holistic ng pag-unlad ng mga mag-aaral, kabilang na sa kanilang akademiko, emotional, social na aspekto.